Let us move to the next topic that is evolutionary computational technique. It is a natural genetic. It uses a evolutionary algorithm. For example, you refer this algorithm as a population, which population as many individuals, and these individuals, each individual has having its chromosomes. That chromosomes, what happen? Chromosomes, it exhibit the characteristic of the particular individual in the population, and each chromosome, it is made up of genes, and through the genes they will come to know which is the best one, which has the best one, uh, best chance of giving the good efficiency. So based on this algorithm, or based on this evolutionary algorithm, they have developed many types of algorithm, like genetic algorithm, ant colony, and particle swarm. We will be studying one by one each algorithm. The next is genetic algorithm, that is called as a GA. It is uses the biological evolution, in which a selected type of parent is used to produce the offspring, or it is, and they, either it is done through the crossover or mutation to find or to have a fittest offspring. It is based on this algorithm. It is a biological evolution in which a population, they takes a parent who, or they take two person who are fittest, who has a good chromosome and who has a fittest, and with that one they will go to produce the offspring which has the fittest offspring, and those who are unfit, they have been discarded, they are using in this process. So it shows in this diagram. If you see the diagram, in diagram they uses a GA cycle, where the fittest individuals they have taken, and after taking them, they have produced the offspring of a good good of a good chromosomes, or of a good fitness, and afterwards this types of procedure goes on, and if they find anyone who is unfit and having a problem, they have been discarded. So GA, that is genetic algorithm, it is applied to power system expansion. It is used in the operation planning, it is used in generation, transmission, and they to find the it is used to find the good solution, and remove uncertainty and randomness. Next is the ant colony optimization. It uses the colony optimization, that is called as ACO class, to solve the optimization problem. This is very essential algorithm, because it combines the period information structure about the structure of a promising solution, and whatever the present information is there, they will combine and to form a good solution. So it is used in this type of algorithm. It is used to obtain or to find the good solution. In this one, they have local decision policies based on the two parameters. For example, they uses the trial and attractiveness. By using this information, they tries to find the solution for the futures, and whatever the values they are going to get, they will modify, and they will find the solution through ant colony optimization. Pareto method, that is 5.8. In this method, it is used to solve multi objective problems. In this one, various methods or various approaches has been done in the Pareto optimal solution to find out the solution. If a conflict occur in the objective functions or any values variables which are getting, if any problems or conflict occur, the concept of convergences and diversity, it is used to solve the problem, and you will get the number of a multiple solution or choice, that is called as a Pareto optimal optimal. There are two types of method in solving this problem. The first method is one at a time strategy. In this method, multi-object optimizer it is applied repeatedly to get the solution in the optimal solution. These are classical generating multi-objective optimization method, which is having static and deterministic, and they are used to produce more solutions such as weight sum, constant method, trade-off method, or minimum maximum method. But it is having one drawback, that it is inefficiency in as well as difficulty in maintaining the diversity in the objective space. So it cannot be used for finding more solutions or sub problem solutions. The next topic is hybridized optimization techniques and application to the smart grid. In this method, they uses intelligence systems such as humanized neurosystem, humanized swan system, neurofuzzy system, neuroswan system, fuzzy system, fuzzy GA system. This all type of system, it is utilized in the computational intelligence to address the smart grid function, and to use is and the capability to achieve self learning capacity. It is having the capacity. If you are using such type of algorithms or the system, then the smart grid itself will has the capacity to learn more and to give a better solution. These techniques, they are utilized in handling non-linear modeling in the POS system, and handling the facts controller to learn the system, to train the system, and to make and to also it is used in the unit commitment and for also for the power system planning. The next topic is a computational challenge. In this challenge, they utilizes the advanced tool to find the specific application and the location. Data availability also is another challenge, in which it is used to find the sensors, communication technology to have the real-time data. Now, some of the key question which should be answered: what is required in this one when you are using the algorithms, when you are using the computers in the power grid or the smart grid? Many things comes to the notice. First comes the software and hardware tools. See, a software tool should be developed by using all the algorithm, and hardware tools also are required to integrate the software tools. Next comes the integration. Now in this one, it has to be integrated. When you want to pick the data or variables from various points in the smart grid, then you have to use both software as well as hardware and algorithm, and uses various type of advanced algorithm. Now integration of all things, integration of software, hardware tools, available data, and the use of advanced algorithm is very important in such a way that it should give a better result. Now next comes location of installation, where it should be installed, which type of connection should be given, whether it should be given a LAN connection or it should be WAN communication, and what are the various points, generating points, load point, which point has to be considered at station level side or at the customers level side. And next comes robustness. What is the robustness of this tool, how it should be implemented, how it should be effective. Next comes the sensitivity of the tools, sensitivity of the software is very important, as well as the standards. If a good standard is used, then the operation will be very smooth and efficient. The tools which is used by the engineers and operator, when they are using, they have lack of a knowledge. In this knowledge, what happen, the advanced tools they are using the advanced tools which the advanced tools they are using, that advanced tool it should be taught to the operator or the engineers. Now in this expanded or complex type of power system, environmental concerns produces or environment produces new challenges, challenges in the operation and control. If any fault occurs, if any problem occurs, change in environment or anything happen, then operation and control and automation becomes very difficult. So in this one, a new model or intelligent operation system should be used to reduce such type of fault. And smart solution also is very important, uh, important to the power system to improve its efficiency, and should be incorporated for the load forecasting, or the smart solutions should be used to detect, forecast the load price and auxiliary service. And even in this one they can utilize the renewable energy. A renewable energy should be used whenever it is required, and it should be integrated with the smart grid. So these are the few information regarding the algorithms, regarding the technique used for making the algorithms. And once the algorithms it is made, where it is utilized, to have a good or efficient smart grid.